It's Friday, May 16th, 2025. Welcome to episode 154 of the Alameda Postcast, an audio service of the Alameda Post. I'm your host, Scott Peeler. In this edition of the Postcast, EBMUD proposes rate hikes, a surf park for Alameda, more on Pacific Fusion, a preview of the next City Council meeting, the return of the turns, events and activities to keep you busy, congratulations to Alameda Brewing, and get to know the people in your neighborhood. These stories and more on this episode of the Alameda Postcast. Our top story, East Bay Municipal Utility District General Manager Clifford Chan has recommended proposed rates and charges for the next 2 fiscal years, beginning on July 1st. Bottom line, rates are heading up. We'll get to the numbers in a moment. This budget includes a 10-year financial plan for a capital improvement program, which includes the addition of ultraviolet and chlorine disinfection to the Orinda water treatment plant that serves more than 800,000 customers daily. Also, installation of more than 50 miles of water pipelines with ongoing and new projects in Alameda, Oakland, Richmond, Berkeley, Walnut Creek, and multiple other jurisdictions. The budget also includes investments of $170.8 million in capital expenditures over the next 2 years and $1.2 billion over the next 10 years to improve large wastewater collection pipes, pump stations, treatment facilities, electrical controls, and major projects related to nutrients and protecting the health of San Francisco Bay. So, what does that mean for you and me? EBMUD cites a typical residential customer using 125 gallons of water a day. They would see an increase of about $3.77 per month in the first year and an additional increase of $4.30 per month in the second year. That same household, if a wastewater customer as well, would see an increase of $2.31 per month in the first year and an additional $2.35 per month in the second year. Add it all up, water and wastewater comes to an increase of $12.73 per month or $152.76 per year. Naturally, that will vary based on actual water consumption. If you've got questions about the proposed budget or would like to make your voice heard, there will be a webinar on Wednesday, May 21st, as well as EBMUD's Board of Directors public hearing on June 10th. For details on how you can participate in either of these meetings, see the full article at alamedapost.com/news. On the subject of water, sure, we've got kite surfing and wind surfing and wing surfing in Alameda, but what about actual surfing? While the bay and the estuary don't exactly scream surfs up, we might see a surf park in the future. The folks behind Neptune Beach Surf Club are proposing a surf pool on the land next to Encinal Junior and Senior High, basically next to the high school and behind the Alameda Community Sailing Center. You know that fenced-off area with the destroyed cars? Basically there. This would not be a water park. Instead, William Duncanson, an architect and avid surfer, explained that the Neptune Beach Surf Club would consist of a large pool that would mechanically generate waves so that people could surf. Quote, "You can ride surfboards or boogie boards or stand-up paddle boards on those waves so it replicates an ocean surfing experience in the controlled body of water." End quote. The facility would also include a rental station and changing rooms. It would be privately financed and operated, although the city would still own the land, leasing it to ProSwell, a company involved in the development and operation of surf parks. Duncanson's architectural firm, Bar Architects, is well known to Alameda, having worked on Star Harbor in the former Del Monte Cannery and Littlejohn Commons, which provides affordable housing to seniors. Bar Architects and Interiors was also the master planner for Site A at Alameda Point. Online reaction to the proposal thus far has been mixed, with reactions ranging from excitement to rejection. In order to address questions and receive feedback, there will be a pop-up community meeting on Saturday the 17th from 10 a.m. to noon at 150 West Hornet Avenue at the intersection with Skyhawk Street near the proposed site. For details, links, and a look at the proposed site plan, see Gene Chen's article at alamedapost.com/news. As we previewed last episode, the Planning Board held a workshop on Monday the 12th to discuss the proposed 220,000 square foot research and development facility for Pacific Fusion. Planning, Building, and Transportation Department Director Alan Tighe set the tone at the beginning of the meeting. Quote, "This project that is before you tonight isn't just any regular development project. The board has not seen a proposal that is employment generating since 2018 or 19. The proposal is consistent with city land use policies and the planning the city has been doing for the last 20 years. This is an important project." End quote. Pacific Fusion infrastructure lead Courtney Richardson told the Planning Board the company's $1 billion investment would bring 250 permanent jobs to Alameda, build new infrastructure in the Enterprise District, and put Alameda at the forefront of global fusion innovation. Public commenters had mixed opinions about the project, with most appreciating the economic benefits, but a few expressing concerns about the use and handling of radioactive material. Richardson pointed out that the amount of tritium used on site would be about 1/3 of what you would typically find in a luminous exit sign in a commercial building. One sign that a facility such as this could be welcome. Among the supporters of the project, Jonathan DeLong, executive director of the REAP Climate Center. City staff will continue reviewing the plans. A purchase option will go before City Council on June 17th. The plan will include a package of infrastructure improvements. The public is also invited to Family Fusion Day at the REAP Climate Center on Saturday, May 31st. For details and maps of the project, see Ken Durr's article at alamedapost.com/news. At next week's City Council meeting, City Manager Jennifer Ott will present an informational report on the city's workforce vacancies, recruitment and retention efforts, and any barriers to hiring as required by Assembly Bill 2561. The city had 601 authorized full-time positions at the end of 2024. The average monthly vacancy rate for 2024 was 10.3%, dropping to 7.72 if you discount the police department. The Alameda Police Officers Association has a 24.4% vacancy rate, this despite a $75,000 hiring bonus launched in 2023 and successful lateral hiring. The problem? Retention remains a challenge, particularly among officers with 5 to 10 years of experience. Karen Jensen previews Tuesday's meeting and provides information on how you can get involved at alamedapost.com/news. One of the quirkier success stories of life in Alameda is that of the California least terns, who return every year to one of their largest nesting colonies on the Northern California coast, right out at Alameda Point. This year marks 31 years since Susan Ramos, a naturalist at the Doug Sidon Visitor Center at Crab Cove and Crown Memorial State Beach, initiated bus tours for the public to enter restricted land to view the least terns on their nesting grounds. The colony initially established itself on barren ground right between active runways at the Naval Air Station. The nesting colony's success started with a bird watcher. In the early 1970s, the NAS Alameda base commander's wife, an avid birder, recognized the small birds nesting between the runways as least terns, a federally endangered species. About 10 pair had established a nesting colony. The base commander's wife made sure they were protected through the summer nesting season, about April through August. The least terns continued to return every summer, and their colony grew. The females lay 1 to 3 eggs. Both parents incubate the eggs for about 3 weeks. They both care for the young, and when the chicks can fly independently, they prepare for their annual migration south to Mexico City or Central America in late August or early September. That, too, is a mystery. Scientists don't know exactly where they go in the winter. What started as 10 nesting pairs has reached 500 nests last year. If you'd like to see the terns on their turf, sign up for one of the bus trips offered by EBRPD. 3 bus tours scheduled on Saturday, June 28th for a deep dive into the history and biology of the terns, as well as some great photos from Rick Lewis. See Cheryl Nelson Embry's article at alamedapost.com/nature. Lots of activities to keep you entertained and informed coming up. California Historical Radio Society has a lot on the docket, including 2 summer camps for 6th through 10th graders, broadcasting and media, as well as electronics and wireless communications. Also, be sure to mark your calendars for July 19th for the annual Radio Day by the Bay. Thanks to a grant from the city, the celebration will be free of charge this year. Details on the goings-on at CHRS are in Kelly Rogers Flint's article at alamedapost.com/Alameda-life. While you're there, be sure to check out Amanda Laird's All Around Alameda column. Starlight Movies in the Parks kicks off tonight, Friday, with Moana 2. Walk and Learn this weekend with Alameda Walks on Saturday. And then on Sunday, join Dennis Evanosky and Adam Gillett as the post-walking history tours explore the commercial buildings of Park Street. Sign up and get some great background history at alamedapost.com/tours. Also on Sunday, the Asian Pacific Islander Cultural Festival at City Hall West. One of the vendors at the Asian Pacific Islander Cultural Festival, Alameda Brewing, they will be featuring their Burma Ale, a beer known as a gruit, an ancient style that predates the use of hops. That particular beer took a silver medal at this year's World Beer Cup, so congratulations to Alameda Brewing. If you have a dog or a cat and have not had them microchipped, Foz and the Alameda Elks are offering a free microchip clinic coming up Sunday, June 8th at the Elks Lodge on Santa Clara from 10 until 2. Details on Foz's Facebook page. Finally, the latest installment of Gene Kahane's 5 Questions 4 features Derek Reynolds. You might not know the name, but if you've seen UPS delivering packages on Park Street in the last 20 years, you've seen Derek. Great story. AlamedaPost.com/Alameda-Life. Thank you for your support of local news for Alameda. Find us on all the usual social media platforms and find the Postcast wherever you get your podcasts, or simply tell your smart device to play the Alameda Postcast podcast. I'm Scott Peeler. I'll be back next Friday with episode 155 of the Alameda Postcast.